Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Everyone, and welcome to First Friday episode of Criminality. I'm Rebekah. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Rebekah. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, all things considered.
All things considered, we're all doing good.
I mean, really, consider every single thing. Who among us could complain, really?
Very true. But we're here and it's a Friday. Well, it's not a Friday, but it will be when this is out. And I love getting to spend this time with you. So I'm very happy that we're here doing this again.
Me too. And we're recording in the daytime and we usually record at night. And so I don't look bluish purple, which I'm psyched about.
I look gray.
No, you're
a weird
pink cheeks.
I look like a Victorian child with TB, which, by the way, TB is going to come up in one of my stories.
Wow.
So yes,
what a setup.
That really is. Is there anything in Bravo world this week you want to talk about before we kick things off with our Friday smorgasbord of whatever we're doing?
I think they're all part of my updates, so I'll save it for my time.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Rebekah, should I kick off with my TV related one? Because I liked that introduction that I accidentally made.
Please. Because, I mean...
Where could it be coming from?
Yes, that. And also, of course, it's a disease. I don't know, it seems like right for the state of the world. But yes, tell us about TB and how we could possibly be talking about it on Criminality.
Obviously, we have to go to TLC for this.
Yes.
This is...
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you surprised? Okay. So remember last year when we talked about 1,000-Pound Sisters? Actually, I think it was 2 years ago, but we keep talking about them.
Sure.
They keep coming up. Mm-hmm. Our girls, Tammy and Amy Slayton and their family, who all together now don't even weigh 1,000 pounds. So I don't know why they've all lost a tremendous amount of weight. And yeah, they're all really healthy right now. Tammy is trying to get skin removal surgery. I mean, she's lost a ton of weight. To go from having a tracheotomy and, being in a rehab center, she's doing amazing. But one that wasn't doing so amazing.
Okay.
The other one, I think you either sent me a screenshot of this or I sent it to you, but it's still one of my favorite headlines. And of course, we're talking about Amy Slayton and her boyfriend, Brian Lavorne, going to a drive-through zoo, and a camel's head, not the cigarette, but the camel's head pops through, bites Amy's Amy's arm, and I guess takes a chunk. I don't really know. They've only shown it in the preview, but the fact that they have it on camera is already
priceless.
Everything I've ever needed.
Yeah.
But after that, so of course the first articles that come out, it's like 1,000-Pound Sister, bitten by camel, and then arrested. And you're like,
yeah, it was the arrested and camel. I guess it felt like, are they related? Are these two different incidents? In any capacity or order, the headline just didn't make sense, which is why I sent it to you immediately. So please, what is the arrest part?
The arrest part is sad. We talked a little about this last time. There were there was marijuana and some mushroom. I don't know anything about mushrooms, but some that were in the car, kind of open and available. Wait, so go ahead.
Related to the camel trip, at the zoo?
Same day.
Oh, so she could have actually gotten a camel to go on some journey.
She could have been on a joyride. Yeah. So,
wow.
It could have been how she got bit by a camel. I don't know. But apparently when they called 911 for 911 to come, they're there. The police are there and they say, oh my gosh, why is this out? And why do you have two kids in the backseat? That's the problem.
My gosh.
Yes.
And a garden variety of drugs just out in the open.
That's what it said, that it was out in the open, which is just so disgusting. And Amy, it makes me so sad because she's with this guy now, and that's just they're engaged now. And so she ended up being released back in September and released on a $10,000 bond. And she and this guy, Brian, were holding hands walking out of the courtroom. Not happy about this guy, but she ended up pleading guilty with 2 years of supervised probation. So she's not going to spend any time behind bars. Mm-hmm. She also has to pay a $1,000 fine, attend an alcohol and drug assessment, as well as like a parenting class, which I think is great.
Lesson number 1.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Hide your drugs.
Yeah.
Or don't do them.
My favorite is that she is not permitted to have any contact with the Tennessee Safari Park Zoo.
That's incredible. Like, how much of a ruckus do you have to cause at a zoo for them to be like blacklisted?
And honestly, you're the one that got bit. So I know.
I know. It's too good. Also, like, I went to the Tennessee Safari and all I got was this tuberculosis.
Oh, we're getting to TB.
Okay.
She just had camel bites. This is the other sister.
Oh. I thought maybe the infection came from a camel.
Okay. No, I don't know how that would work, but if anybody's going to give you TB, it would be a camel.
They're gross. I'm sorry. They're amazing. Gross. I want to like ride one in Egypt someday. But I have been sneezed on by one at one of these places as a child, and I've really never recovered. It's so gross.
No, of course not.
Okay, so what happened to the sister?
So they apparently just went on a YouTube show, they being Amy and Tammy, and both said they were getting married. So Tammy is now engaged to her girlfriend. I don't know how long they've been together. Amy's engaged to this guy. Amy and this guy are going to get married on Halloween, but I don't know exactly when that is, if it's this year or next year. But Tammy and her bride-to-be are getting married at the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me. It is a tuberculosis sanatorium.
Stop.
Closed in 1961. It's a beautiful Gothic architecture. Yes. Don't worry. You can visit, but here's the visits you can have. Maybe you want a historical tour. 2 hours. They guide it during the daytime.
That's because there's ghosts at night. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, that's at daytime.
Exactly. Paranormal tour, 2 hours. You get to do this in the dark, and you get to look down the infamous body chute. Public investigation. That's going to be 6 hours. And there are junior investigations for ages 13 through 17. So if you wanted to bring your child to the TB hospital to look for ghosts,
there's an age-appropriate one. Good.
There is. Good. There is. And then there's Group of IO private investigation. This is 8 hours. You can investigate. This is just you and your friends. Mm-hmm. Go crazy. Go down the body chute.
Right.
Who knows? Anyway, they open it 15 minutes before your investigation time starts. You're there overnight. It's $1,000. I wonder if that's when the wedding will be, in a private investigation.
Oh my gosh. Sanatorium should never be in your wedding venue's title.
But it's so good. I just loved it. If you wanted to get Tammy a wedding gift, what can you get her? Like
mask. And one mask. Like everybody wears them at the wedding. That is wild and truly only something we would see
on TLC.
Yeah. That is not some Bravo stuff.
No, I don't even think the Southern Charmers would do this.
No.
In a Gothic anything. So anyway, that is what's up with the 1,000-Pound Sisters. What do you got, Rebekah?
Well, in a news update from the Housewife domain that will shock nobody. This is crazy, Melissa. Teresa's new husband, Louis, he does owe money in taxes. To the tune of $2.6 million. He has asked for
Louis.
I know. Truly, like heads are rolling. So he asked for an extension on a loan, and he took out another $250,000 loan before liens were filed against his house. I don't understand how people get. I guess this is maybe how it happens, but like, why is he getting approved for stuff? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Seems like there might be some other people who need loans first, like for sincere debt, that like medical debt or something.
He has a company. We don't know what it is.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
What they do.
Does he?
And Teresa owes money too, right?
Yes.
She owes some?
She certainly does. And so they have a combined tax liability of $3 million. And Teresa has not spoken out about this. She's not responded to questions, nor has Louis. But fortunately, they have a spokesperson in Miss Gia.
I was going to say they have their daughters.
They do have their oldest daughter, and she assured fans that everything will be resolved. So she also emphasized that her mother has, quote, everything under control. And so that can't be good. Also, unfortunately, Gia has deviated from her law school immigration career. Again, another shocking moment is she wants to be an influencer.
I feel like, call me crazy, you could maybe do a little influencing on the side. Do we even know how her podcast is doing? Because that's a thing now.
That's a thing now. And her and Teresa, we've shared these videos in the closet talking about purses.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, those are
dark.
Mind-numbing and dark. But then on a more serious note, Gia also shared that she had a personal health update. She found a lump and it was diagnosed as lipoma, which is a kind of
fatty tissue
lump
or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's a tumor, but they are removing it. And so she was encouraging even young women to get checked. And I thought, you know what? That's a good influence.
There you go.
This is what we call a positive influence. But yeah, the influence career is, I guess, really hard to resist. Like if you're in the window and it's being offered to you, I'm sure it is very hard to turn down. But I agree with you. Like, why not practice law? Why not be like a lawyer influencer?
I know. They need them. There's a guy on TikTok that wears a bunch of rings and I've been influenced by him. So surely she could do it.
Yeah. So it seems like it's a little wayward, but she's young. She could, bounce back. But yeah, so that's what's going on. So I don't even know where we are with the season of New Jersey.
I don't know.
And like the shakeup of the cast. Will we see this? I hope not. I'm kind of over it. I don't miss them.
No, it was way too dark. And Rebekah, one thing we should mention is that Teresa, against Andy Cohen's advice, did not get a prenup. Get a prenup. So this is all on her again.
Girl, how? I mean, first time, shame on the husband.
Yeah.
Second time, sorry, Teresa, you should have learned this lesson.
I heard to Bethany, of all people, saying like, you know what? If you don't want to go to a legally binding contract, she's like,
heard this too.
Right?
Yes.
Like go to the bank or go sign in your house and say, don't worry, I don't need anything signed. Like I trust you, you trust me, that sort of thing. And it's true, you wouldn't do that in these situations, but especially somebody like her who's been through it. Why would you do that?
Also, and this is just really embarrassing, but Love is Blind taught me that when one woman was explaining to her new fiance that she's known for 8 days why she wanted a prenup, she explained it like, if we don't decide what happens to our stuff, like the state will. It's like an agreement basically happens. You have to follow guidelines after marriage, and you're kind of at the mercy of whatever they are. This is one way to proactively control what those are.
Yeah.
And people just don't want to,
Teresa and her love
divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But it's like, it's sort of, I don't know if you could make it more of like a resisting the man. Like, well, we'll do it ourselves. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting way to not spin it, but to like,
no, that's true.
Present it.
Yeah.
And it is true. But yeah, she just really let him come in and like love bomb her to the degree that is just so scary. And this, frankly, the financial stuff is like, whatever, but he really scares me, like his anger and stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad there won't be a season imminently because we don't need to see this play out.
Well, also remember, speaking of anger, in the original trailer, I saw a clip of this the other day. It was Margaret talking about how Teresa's stomach's always hurting because she's so stressed out. And then Louis kind of yelling and she's like, not on camera, or something like that, where it was like, but we never saw it. And so it does seem like maybe it was too dark and they pulled it. But, I don't know.
Yeah. No thanks to that. But it's not going to end well. What do you got for me?
Speaking of anger and violence, let's go over to the Plath family.
Okay. I haven't heard anything about them. What
I know. So Olivia and the oldest Plath, whose name is escaping me at the moment, divorced.
The boy.
Dunzo. Yeah. Those two are divorced. Mama Plath, I think she's still living on the boat. Daddy Plath, is becoming a zaddy, apparently, and he works out all the time. I mean, not my zaddy. Hashtag not my zaddy.
Wannabe zaddy. Yeah.
So the oldest daughter, Lydia, or the oldest we see on the show, Lydia, she actually got married, which is a surprise to literally everyone. Because she just was very, very conservative. Like, yes. Very conservative. So you almost wondered if that could even ever happen for her. And it did. So happy for her. But the problem was, remember Micah, the hot one? And I feel okay saying that, but he's a model. So
yeah. I do remember.
I can slightly objectify in that case. He is young, so I should not say that. Forget it. He's a decent-looking person, but he uses his face, right? His face is important, I would say.
It's his livelihood.
It's his livelihood. Well, apparently his brother Isaac, the one right under him, at the wedding, they got in some sort of a fight, knockdown, drag out, awful, where Micah ended up needing to get 10 stitches or something in his nose. They said it almost ripped his nose off. So I don't know what. Oh
my gosh.
Micah's ex-girlfriend, Veronica, finally gets in touch with him, is calling and calling and calling because she hears that, his brother almost ripped his nose off. And he did not want to press charges against his brother. I understand that because that brings in a whole new issue for your family. But if you almost ripped your nose off and you're a model, he's not going to make it in this world with his intelligence. He needs his body and his face.
Wait, poor Lydia at her wedding?
I think it was at the end of it, but they said...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's all anyone's talking about with her wedding now.
Well, right? Yeah. I mean, nobody was going to talk about the dress, but it said that they were drinking an ungodly amount of alcohol and shooting guns.
I can't believe they had alcohol.
I know. Well, who knows? Sometimes in dry weddings, some people will bring their own alcohol.
Sure.
That happens a lot. Been to those. So anyway, it's terrible. I cannot imagine. And Isaac
ripping a nose off.
He was pretty calm, but that black blood.
Everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah, it's rough. So, Rebekah, what do you have?
Okay, so I want to talk about a show that just came out on Bravo that I haven't seen yet, but I see commercials for, featuring. Have you seen?
I don't know.
Luann, Giselle, Shannon, and Ashley Darby.
Yes. I haven't seen a full preview, but yes.
Okay. Bravo's Love Hotel is a reality dating show featuring the women I just mentioned as they search for love. And what an interesting bunch. What do you think of Luann, Giselle, Shannon, and Ashley?
I don't think they make any sense together, which I love.
It's perfect.
I love. Yeah.
Luann,
why is she there? She doesn't need a hotel. We're watching, or I'm watching, and I think you've watched Southern Hospitality. I'm just starting.
Yeah.
I'm in the season where Joe Bradley sleeps with Luann after meeting on Watch What Happens Live.
The crossover no one saw coming. I mean, Luann is a legend.
And that's what they were saying on the show. Nobody was like, oh, wow, you slept with Luann. Everybody's like, wow, what a legend.
Kudos. Yeah. But really, it's so interesting when it's a woman in this position because this is we see it with men all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Literally men her age with younger women from different shows. It's ho-hum, boring, never, we wouldn't even talk about it. But
Luann. Luann.
I say good for her.
Yeah. When does the show comes out?
It came out on March 26th.
Oh, wow.
So we should watch it.
Yeah. Shannon.
I think I'll watch it.
Did you hear about the controversy before it started with Shannon?
I don't think so.
So one of the producers, I think, on there, I'm not sure. He worked on the show somehow. The last night of taping for this show, he went on an Instagram tirade where he posted a bunch of stories about what a monster Shannon and her family were and all this crazy stuff. Yeah, it wasn't a good look because he had to take it down or he chose to. I don't know. And then I don't even think he really gave an apology, but people were like, that's not going to be how you get more work around here with Bravo. So anyway, I don't know where exactly it went or what exactly set him off so much. So I wanted to see it just to see if anything, if Shannon was particularly terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me. Like, I could see that being true. There's a clip from the trailer where she says something like, I think she says, I'm 60 and looking for love. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize she was 60, but I think that's maybe why I'm partially open to watching this is like, yeah, online reality TV dating. It's not just for the youth.
Right.
Show me, Golden Bachelor. Show me these ladies. Like, I'm here for it.
The one kind of clip I saw was her with a guy that looked close to her age, or like he didn't look like Joe Bradley. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens here. Giselle, I don't think she'll ever have a relationship on TV. It doesn't matter. She would hide them. And I thought Ashley was dating that guy from Potomac who is like, no, not a long-term boyfriend.
Stud. And I didn't even understand everyone like being like, he's so hot. I don't know. I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't hearing it.
Yeah. People said it was like not Diplo. There was some singer that I don't know.
He didn't do anything for me. Not anything he said, did, or looked like. So I'll probably watch it.
Yeah,
it's a rainy weekend coming up in New York. I'll probably just stay in bed and watch Love Hotel. Just check on me Sunday, please.
Absolutely. I will. Let's go to death. Just
from Love Hotel to the grave.
Let's do it. And that should be the title of this episode.
There you go.
So Breaking Amish, Return to Amish, there was one lady who was on there basically the whole time, the matriarch, really, of the whole show, Mama Mary Schmucker. She had cancer, and she ended up passing away on March 28th. But she was actually really fun on the show. Of anyone, she really did seem to like toe the line from her beliefs and like trying to see what else was out there in the world, but respecting her beliefs. Like, I don't know. She was a good character, very good on reality TV, and she made jam a lot and other things. I
love a homemade jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Back to you, Rebekah.
Okay, over here at the desk, there's departures, and I don't mean like in memoriam, but just some people have left shows. And so I'm going to group these two together. Garcelle is leaving Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I feel like there's such a divide over that announcement. Do you have a side?
I really love Garcelle. I think she was a great addition. And she's just somebody you can always count on for like a little quip or to, call somebody out, but in a way that's like direct and, there's no fluff. I think if Sutton had kind of stood up for her a little bit more, then she might have stayed. But if you feel like you're on your own in something like this, I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah, same. And I feel the exact same way about her. I don't think her life is so fascinating to watch, but that's because she seems like a really great normal person in terms of like a mom and a businesswoman. Like her career is booming. Like she has so much going for her. I'm not worried about her. I don't think she's going to come out with something desperate like a product. I think she's just going to thrive. But I am bummed because I did like what she added to the show. My only note for her from the reunion, part 1, which is in relation to something she did previously, like I do not like her challenging Dorit's home invasion.
Yeah.
And I just, it rubs me the wrong way. Whether it's true or not, I think it's a really bad look to say it.
Yeah.
And she didn't defend it well. Like she didn't really go into like, it's just her feeling. And I just feel like if it's just a feeling, I think you should keep it to yourself. That's literally the only time I've ever like questioned her judgment.
Right. And that's the thing is like, I think lots of people have had that feeling based on the PK of it all.
Yes.
And just how odd the entire thing was. But you would never want to go on record saying that about your castmate, friend, whatever, who's going through a divorce. And obviously, whatever happened, I think she thought it was real. So whatever, if it wasn't real or not, she wasn't aware and she was scared.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. And when Sutton was very dismissive of it happening on that season when it played out, remember, she's like, well, I had a tough week too. I disagreed with that as well. Like, I'm not just calling out Garcelle. Like, I just think it's just like gauche. It's just, ugh.
Yeah.
So Garcelle quit. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of what the cast looks like next time. I did enjoy this season of
Beverly Hills.
Yes. But I'm also like okay with it being over.
Yeah. It seems like a fast season, actually.
Yeah, it did. Okay, the next person to leave, which is kind of like meh, but relates to Southern Hospitality is Leva is leaving Southern Charm.
Yeah.
I feel like she already did. Like, she was never there. And when she was so not there.
I know. So remind me, didn't she come on with Cam originally onto Southern Charm? That was like her friend.
Yep.
That's how she kind of... I couldn't tell you a thing about Leva. They just don't ever... She's never really there.
She has seems like a great relationship with her very handsome husband, a beautiful son. And she's a busy restaurant owner.
Yeah.
And so she's focusing more on Southern Hospitality because I think that show has blown up.
Yeah.
And I think she sees like they're the future of the network. Like Southern Charm, these guys are like, literally, they're going to need walkers soon. Like canes, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So she's focusing on that. She also teased that she's coming out with something she can't share yet. I'm sure she's going to be an influencer in some capacity, or maybe a new restaurant, maybe a new space. I don't know. But again, I like Leva. She seems like a normal person, but she was not adding anything to Southern Charm.
Yeah.
And it didn't need her because there was enough going on. So it wasn't like a loss.
I agree.
So yeah. Leva's on
there
her way.
Was something in, I didn't read enough about it to really say too much on it. But a few weeks ago, I want to say, at the Republic, there was controversy that they changed the attire, whatever you had to wear to get in. Like, as some people were coming in, there was an issue. They said, no, actually, you can't be wearing whatever it was. I feel like it was Air Force Ones or something.
Okay.
I don't know. But then they got a lot of backlash from that because it seemed like it could have been racially motivated, and they fought back against that. But I don't know where they ended up with that. So I hope, obviously, that wasn't true.
Having a dress code against like one brand and specific line of sneakers is a move.
I'm 100% sure it was more than that, but
I know, it's just funny. Like, it's like,
it is.
There can be no Calvin Klein bras. Like, we can't see it, but if it's Calvin Klein under there, we don't want it.
Good news.
Which would be crazy because they're fast. So goodbye, Leva. Thank you for your service.
Bye.
What's
Sounds
next?
like the death one again. Okay. This is my big juicy one. This is the lovely, lovely, lovely people of Sister Wives. I've got Sister Wives news.
Okay, that's welcome.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Yay. And it's all,
depends.
It's all about Coyote Pass. You remember Coyote Pass, the
worse
$820,000 purchase back in 2018 that is in 4 parcels that they fought over. They argued over who got which space. There was so much controversy over things that they had no control over. Like, ultimately, they didn't get to decide, who gets what, or not who gets what, but like how it was divided up.
Yeah.
Freaking these people. It drives me crazy. So, Rebekah, I know that you are more of a visual person, as am I. So I'm going to send you a picture of what it originally looked like, the original breakdown, and then we can go over kind of where it's at now.
We love a visual aid.
Yes. Well, it's a lot of numbers too, so.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. So originally, as you can see, there are 2 bigger lots, and one has what they call the pond, which is just a retention pond, and it has a bunch of trees. Also controversy on the show. Originally, Cody, Christine, and Robin owned one big chunk of it, about 5 acres. Cody, Janelle, and Mary owned the next big chunk, about 4.5 acres. Then Cody and Robin owned one 2.5 acres acre plot, and Cody and Janelle owned another one of the same size
quarter.
And same. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
So that was the original breakdown. But of course, Christine left. She said, I'm out of here. I'll give you Coyote Pass. Just give me my money for my my house. And that worked. But this season, we're seeing where Mary and Janelle are realizing, oh my gosh, we're never going to sell this. I'm never going to get any money. And by the way, none of this is fair. Cody's on 100% of the things, and Robin's on about 35%. Actually, I'll send you this one too. Yeah.
The pie graph is helpful.
The pie graph is very helpful. So if you remember, last year, a few months ago, Cody and Robin sold their like $1.9 million house. So they already made a crap ton off of that. And now we have, after Christina's left, the new division of assets. Cody, he's on 100% of these lots.
Yeah.
Robin, who has never brought a penny into this family. She doesn't even do cameos.
Yes, over half.
Over half.
Just over half. Wow.
Mary, the LuLaRoe queen, 15.5%. And Janelle somehow had 32%.
Mary.
Okay. I know. But I would like to tell you that as of March 27th, so just a few mere days ago, there is now a new chart. And this is what it is now as they're trying to sell it. And this, I'm actually pretty happy about. I think you will be as well.
Okay.
This is the revised ownership, March 27th.
Okay.
Cody, Robin, Janelle, and Mary.
Oh.
All on the two big
large
plots. Then Cody and Robin are on one small one. Janelle and Mary are on the other small one. So everyone's going to end up with the same amount, which was always what should have been the right thing. I don't understand it.
Kind of goes back to the prenup thing. It's like, figure this. Well, they would never have been so
no
forward thinking, but this looks much better.
Much better. So what did irritate me is, of course, the way the deed is written. So it says the deed for parcel 1 now lists Cody and Robin as joint owners, but it says like Cody and Robin Alice Brown, a married woman, and Janelle whatever Brown, an unmarried woman, and Mary everything is like, I'm like, I don't know that we have to be so rude about that.
Yeah.
So
We're
Cody
literal.
and Robin, they own 50% together, and then Mary owns 25%, Janelle owns 25%, the way it should have been.
Yes.
The last point I have on this that made me mad, it looks like Janelle signed over this new deed. So it was like all reconfigured last September. January 9th or 13th, I couldn't tell, Janelle Brown signed. She signed her part, agreeing to this, new thing. January 15th, Mary Brown. January 17th, Cody Brown. March 26th, Robin Brown.
What's the holdup, Robin?
Exactly. And I cannot wait because the mid-season trailer came out. So like in a couple weeks, I can't remember the day right now, it comes back for like the end of the season. And it's going to be a lot about this property. And I can't wait.
Do you have theories? I know you do.
I think she's just either she
difficult?
Was too busy, she doesn't think it's fair, or she really thinks the family can still get back together. I don't believe she thinks that, but I think she says that because that's like the supportive
party line
thing for her to do. Yeah. She's so
wow.
But it made me mad that 2 months difference, and if you got Cody to sign it,
so right. I mean,
that's gross.
Gosh. Wow, so this is big.
Yeah, just dropped.
Wow, fresh off the press. You heard it here, hopefully first.
I know. We'll have to put these visuals up because I do think it's interesting, and we'll credit. Starcasm had a video about it that I
really helpful.
Watched. Yeah, and so we'll credit them, of course.
Yeah, no, the transition from each iteration is super interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have anything more for me? Because that was all I got from Bravo.
I don't have anything else. Well, Rebekah, I would love to know what it is you are watching.
Well, Melissa, I would love for it not to be a depressing feature that you should not watch and won't. But here we are.
Let's do it.
Can't have everything. Netflix, British, stabbing.
Wait, I don't know. I don't actually know what the name is.
It's called Adolescence.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Compelling, but it's an interesting title. Yeah, no, sad, dark, very well acted, amazing. 4-part, longish episodes, 4-part series about there's a young girl who gets stabbed, and there's an accused boy. I think he's 12, maybe 13, but I think it's more like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And 12 or 13. And you don't really know if he did or didn't do it, but it basically follows his family coping with him being accused of something they can't even wrap their head around, because this was not a troubled student. This was not a violent kid. This was like a normal kid who one day gets picked up by like very armed full police force in the house, like everybody down on the ground style, which I didn't even know they did in England.
Yeah.
And I watch a lot of British procedurals.
Right.
I won't spoil it for anyone, but everyone is watching it. I'm hearing a lot about it. And the ending is unresolved at the end, and people have feelings about it. But if you like British procedurals and like are okay with kind of more macabre stories,
right.
It's a good one. I'm a sucker for these. I don't think you will like it.
Yeah, you told me not to watch this.
Yeah, don't.
I'm okay with that. Isn't it also shot like continuous or something, I think right?
They're called oneers.
Okay.
Where it's like one shot for really long periods of time. I don't know if the whole season was shot that way, but yes, I did hear about that. And also that's true on Studio with Seth.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't either, but it's on my short list. And I feel like they did a bunch of scenes like that too, which apparently are really difficult, but
I believe it.
Create something really cool.
Okay.
But I didn't think a lot about that, to be honest. I almost want to rewatch it and think about that. How about you? I could use something to watch this rainy weekend with my Love Hotel.
I'm so excited. I have the perfect cheer you up show that I haven't started watching because the new season just started, but you love it already. And you're going to this just makes my day every time this comes out. Netflix. You know.
I'm like, wait, can I guess? Like, yes, that's what we do every time. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Netflix, heart, love, autism.
Oh, I'm like, wait, it can't be Love is Blind. We just had it and you don't love that. Love on the Spectrum.
Yes, it's back and I'm so excited.
It's on now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it just came out today, maybe.
Perfect palate cleanser to Love Hotel.
It is.
Both have love in the name. Very different shows.
Very different. I'm
excited.
Nothing makes me happier than when that comes out. It's just pure.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, exactly.
It's a beautiful show that I think really defied people's expectations. I think so many people, including myself, were like, is this going to be really wrong and like exploitive or like reductive, like make them feel like not real people? But it is so well done that you just get the essence of who these people are and how unique they each are. Like
absolutely
how different their situations manifest, you know?
I think, I can't remember who I heard this from. It could be a very famous quote that if you've met someone with autism, you've met one person with autism.
Someone with autism.
That's it. Yeah, it's all different. So I love it. And it's not all like perfectly, it doesn't always go the way they want it to or whatever. There's
not at all.
But there's so much heart to it and the way their families rally around them.
You know I love it.
Oh, so beautiful. I love it. I cannot wait to watch it.
And Abby and her guy are going so strong. I follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes, they are just like
they are all
life.
Over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Super cool. Well, that's going to be fun. This was fun to catch up.
It was. Always is. Yes.
Yeah, so everybody can find us on Instagram at Criminality Show, criminalityshow.com. And we'll be back, don't forget, on the first Friday with a new episode.
See you guys then.
Bye.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.